Welcome back to your mini course on learning to trade here, guys. We've got lessons number 3 and number 4 to cover on this lesson. So we're going to look at reading the markets, what matters most, finding your edge in the market. Do you want to be a day trader or do you want to be a swing trader? And then the next lesson is going to be all about manual trading, automation, letting the machine do the work for you, and really what's right for you as a trader, as a person. So let's dive into this next lesson. Okay, so technical analysis, you don't tend to hear that word often these days. You hear the word trader. Now, a technical analyst is somebody who makes decisions from a chart. I'm a technical analyst, but I'm a trader as well. Okay, so I make my trading decisions from a chart. There's also fundamental analysis, fundamental traders that will look at the growth of a company, the earnings, the economic outlook of a country, of a currency, and dive deeper into the numbers and the outlook for that particular company or country or whatever, or commodity. So you got to decide what's right for you. Personally, I'm a trader that looks at charts. I'm a technical analyst. That's what I'm trained in anyway. I love charts. I love looking at the trends on a chart. It saves me so much time. I don't need to look at the news, even though I do keep an eye on the news. I'm going to show you where to find that in 1 second. But really, all my trading decisions have come from a chart. Okay. And the reason is that's where the big money is. That's where the footprint of big money lives, on a chart. Because if you're seeing buyers step in, the price will normally go higher. If you see more sellers stepping in, price will go lower. Okay. Now, back in 2008, when we had the subprime stock market collapse, you know, there was big debt because of over leveraged mortgages. I'm not going to go into that. But it was first seen also on a chart. Okay, we had what we call a topping pattern that us analysts look at, us traders look at. Okay, it's a certain pattern, and on a chart we're looking for repeating patterns. All right, there's no right or wrong. Everybody can make some nice money. You can be a little bit of both, and I'm sure, you know, I do go and see what news is setting up for the day, for my day trades and my swing trades. But the decision comes from a chart. We're going to dive into the chart in 1 second, guys. Okay, so it's up to you. What do you really want to do? What would you enjoy? Okay, I would definitely think about looking and learning how to read charts. Now, when we dive into charts, we have a pattern, an uptrend and a downtrend, and sideways consolidation. But an uptrend goes in higher highs and higher lows on price. Okay, so this is a price, and it's going up. You see buyers are stepping in. It has pullbacks where profit taking happens. You have new buyers stepping in, and the price in general increases and goes up and up and up. And when the price goes down, it's maybe just, as I said, profit taking or having a correction, and then buyers step in again, and it continues higher until it gets to a certain top-in pattern that we see so often in the markets every day on a 5-minute chart, a weekly chart. Now, yes, you can use different time frames to trade. A time frame, we're going to show in a second in the chart, but a time frame is where you're making your trading decisions on that particular chart. You've got all sorts of different time frames. You can go down to a 5-second chart if you want to. So you'll be doing lots of trading decisions very quickly on a 5-second chart. When you get to a 5-minute, things are slightly slower. 1 hour, slightly slower. 60 minutes and 4 hours, they're all getting slower as we go up to a daily chart. You know, you can trade the markets very nicely on a daily time frame. You'll have a nice 5 candlesticks per week. Candlesticks are what sit on a chart, guys, okay, and show you the open, high, low, and close of a particular instrument. All right, so an uptrend, really, you got to understand this is the basics of trend following: higher highs and higher lows. And a downtrend is lower lows and lower highs. All right, so keep your eye on. So I've just opened Bloomberg app here, and you can see there's a lot of stuff going on. There's lots of news out today and lots of stuff about Nvidia and Snowflake stocks, and Coca-Cola. I mean, that was This is interesting because Coca-Cola sales beat estimates as consumers swallow price hikes. What does that actually mean? Would you, if I had to say to you, would you buy Coca-Cola or would you get out of Coca-Cola? Okay, because it's going to fall. Well, is that a positive news announcement? Well, it says beats estimates, but you got to dig deeper inside. In fact, Coca-Cola shares literally dropped big this morning. Okay, so you could see it on a chart. The signal was there on a chart. What does the news mean? You've got to dig deeper into it in here. And for me, it's just far too much going on. Somebody with ADHD, you're going to be like looking at this. So you're going to be layering and layering so much information in your heads that it's going to confuse the life out of you. You are going to get, you're going to lose momentum. And it's going to get very frustrating and you're going to lose confidence, okay? This is like, okay, black hole for capital gains, new tax. I enjoy reading this. Don't get me wrong. I love sitting and reading all about what's going on in the world. I really do. But I never trade from this, okay? Never, because you don't really know what to make sense of it. The chart is where the money lies. The chart is where the big money is when you want to be on the back of the big money. So every day there is news that comes out. Pretty much every day. Some of it's really important. Some of it's not. You see here July the 22nd. You've had some news out of Australia. High means it impacts the market. Australian dollar is moving today quite a bit. And Fed Chairman Powell speaks today. That's a very interesting that's in about 35 minutes, so I need to be on that and watching that because that's going to move the US dollar, which I imagine have an impact on many markets that I trade. And then you've got some others in here. It gets down to low and medium impact. If it's high impact, it's a market mover. If it's medium impact, it's going to move but not volatile. And then there's the low impact, which probably won't move the market. Interest rates decisions every month. You want to be really focused on those as well, guys. Out of the country that you're trading. If I'm trading the British pound, I want to make sure that I'm looking at the Bank of England's interest rate decision midday, and I want to be trading that because I'm a trader. Okay, when the news comes out, when the number comes out where they're going to raise rates or lower rates, I have no interest whatsoever until way after the event. I am basically trading the reaction to the news as a day trader. All right, we'll talk a little bit about that in 1 second. We have to be a day trader or a swing trader. So it's the reaction to the news. In fact, I'm not looking at the number, what it is. It's the reaction on a chart for my signal. Okay, so I've logged into the chart package. Well, what's a chart package? What is a chart in the first place? Well, it's a place where you can go and find markets to trade by using technical analysis tools. There's so many different tools in here, and you can just go into the indicator section here, and it's under technical analysis, under indicators, just so many different indicators that you can put on a chart and use to make trading decisions. Okay, and if you click on this momentum one here, it just appears on the bottom of a chart. Now, you can get charts from your broker. If they're a good broker, they'll have some really good charts. If they're an average broker, they might not have great charts. But you should be able to log into your broker. We spoke about that in the first lesson, about choosing which broker to use. Don't forget to go back over that if you've not done that yet. And you can log in. You can just log in if you've got if you've got an iPhone or a whatever phone, not particularly iPhone in particular, but you should be able to get your charts on the phone so you can trade on the mobile. Okay, it's important to invest in really good charts because this is where you're going to be making your money. This is where you're going to be making your trading decisions. Get yourself a monitor, a laptop or a phone. Let me start again. Get yourself a nice screen where you can see what the charts are doing. It's great trading on the mobile. It's great, but I only use that if I'm sort of traveling or just moving around a little bit outside of the trading office. But the charts are really important, so make sure you have decent charts and a nice monitor. You can see everything nice and clearly, and they're really cheap. You get them off Amazon monitors these days, 120 quid or $120. So there are standalone chart packages out there. This is TradingView, okay? Very popular. Goldman Sachs invested millions into TradingView chart package. And what you can do is you can go direct to TradingView, and then you can just connect your broker to the charts. Let me show you. So down below here, I've just clicked on Trading Panel. You can see there's all these icons. They basically different brokers. There's loads more. You can explore more brokers. Big ones are IG, Trade Nation, City Index. You do paper trading through this. I'd advise you to do paper trading to start with. All right. So this is where you make trading decisions. Now I particularly use IG Index, and I can trade my actual account into these charts here. All right. So let me show you what I'm doing also with the IG account charts as well. Let me show you these. Okay, you can see here that I'm in what we call a 2-minute chart. All right, and I'm trading the euro versus the US dollar. I put a trade on for us here, guys, to see it actually happening, okay, in real time. This is a real trade in live markets. And you can see I'm trading the euro versus the US dollar on a 2-minute chart. All right, and I'm over here, I'm £10 short. In a spread bet account, you're doing pounds per point. If you're doing in the funded account, you'll be doing lot sizes. And that takes a little bit more learning. And you can see here, when it's green, that's gone to 0. When it's green, I'm in profit. When this turns red in a moment, it's going to be losing money. Now, I'm not losing money, or I've not lost money until I click the close button. All right. Now, minus means I'm short. If there was no minus there, it would mean I was long the market. You can see here, look, it's gone £2. £2 means I'm losing £2. It doesn't mean I've lost £2. Doesn't mean I've lost. The only time I've lost £2 is when I close the trade. At the moment, the only time I've made a profit, I'm making £10 and £9 now. When it's making a profit, it doesn't mean I've made a profit. I have to close the trade. This is what we call unrealized profit or loss. All right. So on here are my charts, and I can make trading decisions. This is a 2-minute. Let's go ahead and change it now to a daily time frame. And here's a daily chart. All right. So here's a daily time frame. I've got all the time in the world, because each one of these green and reds is 1 day's worth of trading. The candlestick is telling us where it opened, where it closed, what the high of the day was, what the low of the day was. All right. And basically, this is our proprietary software in here. We haven't got time to go through it. Go to our website. It's called the color method. It is fantastic. I'll show you the difference in a second. Look at a chart. If you're a swing trader, that means you're looking at daily and weekly time frames. Weekly time frames. Well, how do you get to see a weekly chart? Well, you just click on somewhere on your charts. In this particular case, it's on the top left hand side. I click on weekly. If I wanted to trade a 4-hour time frame, I click on 4-hour charts, or a monthly. Okay, let's click on monthly. What does that look like? What does that mean? This was a beautiful trade, guys. I went long euro dollar in here. Very nice trade, multiple £1,000 profit on this trade. Okay, very nice indeed. Now, a monthly time frame, you got sort of 20 trading days a month. You know, it's really slow. You know, really slow. But I'll tell you something, it's highly profitable. All right. Now, if I'm going down to a 1-minute chart, it's going to be so noisy. We call it noisy. Lots of buys, lots of sales. Is it really right for you? Have you got the patience? Not the patience, that's the wrong word. But do you have the ability to act fast on a 2-minute, 1-minute chart, where you could slow it all down on a 60-minute time frame, where it's really nice and slow and relaxing. You could just check it once an hour. Where if you're down on a 2-minute chart, it'd be great. 2-minute charts are great for people that have got attention deficit, that need to focus now, need to get profitable trades now. A weekly chart, a daily chart may, you know, I'm saying this with a caveat, may be just too slow for somebody that's got attention deficit and can't really focus on things very much. But if you're someone that likes visuals, I love visuals, I'm a visual person, then I just love these charts, okay, looking at bigger time frames. Doesn't mean you can't, if this turns green, that will be a buy signal. Well, if this turns green today, tomorrow it would have closed today, if that makes sense. So tomorrow I would have a green confirmed candlestick, okay, green confirmed candlestick. So as a day trader is somebody who gets in and out of the market on the same day, closes all the positions. So I'd make sure I click this and close it by the end of day today. But let's say this was green and closed tomorrow. Close means confirmed. Don't you think then I would just go down as a day trader, just do the buys on the greens then, wouldn't I? So that means I'm trading with the momentum and the trend. So we're matching the colors up in there, okay? So a day trader is someone who closes their trades down by the end of the day. A swing trader hoping to leave those trades on for a longer period of time. All right. So other things you need to know when you're trading from a chart. You need to put a stop in. Risk management is crucial. Yes, you can short the market and make money, but I need to put a stop in. You can see if I put a stop in here, it's above the price. I really should be going long because beginners watching this video do struggle with understanding going short the market. They just really understand going long because we buy things, don't we, for it to go up. Well, in trading, you can actually make money if the price goes down. This is great when the economy struggles and the stock markets sell off. I want to be short in the stock markets. It's a real recession-proof career, trading. It doesn't matter whether the economy is doing well or bad or interest rates are high or low. There's going to be a trading opportunity somewhere where you can take advantage of that. Now, the market's price goes down on a chart, especially on a swing trading chart. Price goes down quicker normally than it goes up. Why would that be the case, I wonder? Well, fear is a bigger emotion, more powerful emotion than greed. Okay, when you're fearful, you do panic to get out of situations. You want to get rid of that pain. Now, as the markets drop, everyone's scrambling to get out of their long trades because they bought the market. They're struggling to get out their long. They're all getting out of their long trades, and it sets this snowball effect off. They exit because everyone normally buys the market, especially stocks. Most people, your friends and family that don't know much about trading, but they invest, they buy stocks. Okay, now if you're a trader, you can short stocks as well, but you're going to need a stop loss in place every time you trade the market. You're also going to need a profit target. So if this trade gets down to this level here, it's going to make £2,007. If it goes up to this area here, I'm going to lose £10. Okay, so look, there's a big difference between £2,000 win and a £10 loss. Now, I'm losing really small and making really big. Boom. That is the secret of trading, okay? The secret of trading is letting your winners run. I was just about to say letting your losers run. Let your winners run and cut your losses. But why do people not do that at the start? Because there's all this psychology that comes into it, and that's not for these lessons. We do that here at Trading College, okay? And I'm sure there's lots of stuff on my YouTube talking about the psychology of trading, psychology of making money and losing money as well in trading. So you really need to go and watch those as well, guys. So trading is all about having a trade strategy, all right? And I've shown you some here. And whatever that strategy is, you've got to keep it really simple, because you don't want to be confused. Confusion leads to lack of confidence, and then you just blow out, okay? So if you have a trade strategy, your job as that trader that runs that strategy is to follow that strategy to the best of your ability by managing risk and letting the profits run. All right? You'll have an entry trigger, you'll have an area to put your stop in place, and you'll have a profit target. Now, you don't have to do one trade position in one market. So let me just show you here. With the system, now if I turn the system off, you're going to get these lots of green and red bar charts, all right? Now it's very difficult to trade from that as far as I can tell you, okay? I've tried to trade from just normal standard candlestick charts and bar charts, it just didn't work for me. So that's why I created the color method. You put that back on and now it looks simple. All right. So let's have a little look here, because there's a little trade setting up, and this is a good one to talk through. It's gone red, this candlestick. That means there's more sellers coming in to short the market. Now, because it's a daily chart, look over here, top left-hand side, it says D for daily. If it was a 10-minute chart, it would say 10 minutes. All right, but it's a daily time frame. So if it's a daily chart, we're probably expecting this to last at least 3 days, 3 weeks it could get up to. If we're trading off a 5-minute chart, it could last 15 minutes or even just 5 minutes or an hour. But with a daily time frame like this, the price is likely to move for a longer period of time and also points wise. All right, so there's profit targets here, 23,498. Remember, your trading strategy is going to have this criteria for you. So what happens here? It turns red. Now, in my trading plan, yes, it's a trading plan where I put a document together, and basically I decide within that document how I live my trading career and what my trading, plan and routine I have to do every single day. So me as a human being, I'm full of emotion, full of greed, full of fear, busy life, phone gets in the way, emails pinging all the time. I need to focus on this because this is about making money. And when the setup sets up, the strategy and setup is the same. When it sets up, I need to just follow that strategy without any hesitation or reservation or thought of anything else. Because I've back tested it, which means I've looked at past results when I've got the same signal, and it's told me if I follow that strategy, I'm going to have a nice positive equity curve where the price, my account will rise. Okay? So that's what I've got to do good at. That is the secret of trading. Getting good at following the strategy. Now, what I don't do here, now when I get this red sell signal, it's going to confirm later tonight when the candlestick closes. When I get that red signal, what I don't do is go to Bloomberg charts, go to my mates on WhatsApp, go and get opinions from other people. Because as soon as I go and get other variables in, Bloomberg news, I might get faked out of buying or selling this trade. And if I change my mind about shorting this, what happens then if I don't take the trade and it gets down to here and I've given, I've lost or I've not made £5,000? How bad will I feel? I feel bad if I don't follow my trading strategy. I feel great when I follow my strategy and I take a small losing trade and it doesn't work, because the trade's not going to work every single time. You want anything from 70, 80% winning trades. 80% winning trades is high, guys. Very high indeed for any trade strategy. All right, so you want to be sitting. My win rate's around 75% at the moment. It's gone up from 72 to 75. And I'm making some really nice returns in the market, okay, by managing the risk. So your job as a trader is to have a strategy that you follow, and then you trade with less stress, because you know the expectation for this trade is going to work majority of the time. All right. Once I place the trade, I'll put a stop in place. This is going to be a short trade. This would have been a long trade. This one down here would have been a red to green long trade. So I would have bought it here. The stop would have come in place automatically. It went all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Turn red, exit the trade. Buy here, exit the trade. Buy here, turn in red, exit the trade. All right. So remember this always. Small losses, big gains. Small losses, big gains. You need a way of staying in those trades. So you need an edge in the market, and the edge is your trading strategy. Do not layer and layer and layer information on top of your decision making when it comes to trading. The more layers, the more information you put on top, the more confused you'll be, the more you'll lose confidence, and it will end very messy. If you keep it simple, then you've got a great chance of making some really nice money. And a great way to practice your strategy is this. Let's just set it up for you. So there's a great thing in all the chart packages that are any good, especially TradingView charts have got the replay function. If I go here, okay, I can literally set up replay, and I can select the bar, okay, and I can come to the bar. Let's put it, select bar, put it here, okay, and then I can practice the strategy. And you should have a strategy that you can practice. And I click, let's slow it, let's go fast, okay. Let's go buy it, and then let's get going here, and let's buy the market. So it's turned green, I'm buying the market, and it's pushing. I've got it in big position size. This is a swing trade, so position size will be much smaller than this for a swing unless I'm building a position. And as it goes up, and this is possible, guys. You could do this. You could be making 38,000. I'm not saying you will do that. I'm just giving you a demo here. And it hasn't turned red yet, has it? So when it turns red, I exit the trade because there's more sellers coming in. I want to exit the trade, okay? So we're going up. It's replaying. I'm just getting ready to close the trade. Remember, this doesn't belong to me, this profit, yes, until I close this trade. Once I close it, the profits are mine. Let's wait for a red. I'm seeing it. There's the red. Okay, so red, £48,000. And these are the trades that I'm making, guys, a lot of the time. Multiple thousands. Recent one was German DAX, 78,000. All right. So that's the way you should look at trading. You should look at trading as just it being not a game. You've got to manage risk, but you've just got to have a strategy that you follow to the best of your ability and exit when the signal and the strategy says get out the trade. It builds confidence, it builds stats and data. You'll have numbers that you'll be able to record in what we call a trade journal, and then you'll be seeing what's really working and what's not. Okay, you might be thinking you want to be a day trader, but you end up not really enjoying day trading. So switch to being a swing trader. Doesn't matter, does it? Or swing trading is a little bit too slow for you. Well, let's try day trading. And of course, everybody's different, and we at Trading College most definitely fit the trading to suit your personal lifestyle. All right. So hope helps, guys. On the next lesson, we're going to talk about setting up automation where the machine does it for you, but where you do have some human impact and input, I should say, because it's really important that you do have automation that relies on your impact or input on a chart. Okay, so for example, that buy signal I got here, green, I actually bought it manually. Now I could set the machine up, the bot up, to actually take the trades without me being here. All right. However, you've got to make sure you know what you're doing, because if you set a machine off, a bot off to take trades for you, what about if you forget to turn it off when it turns back to red and you're still buying the market? All right. So there's a lot of things. There's not a lot of things. It's just like any new skill. You've got to learn how to do it properly, and then you'll be good to go. All right. Yesterday on the lesson, I said trading is hard. It's only hard when you haven't been taught how to do it properly, or you don't know how to trade. You're just guessing and gambling. That's what we don't want to be doing that. All right. So the next lesson, we're going to do automation and a manual, and just show you what the numbers look like and how to set it up pretty easy with our software as well. I hope you've enjoyed the lesson. Some cracking feedback. Thank you very much. Make sure you share the lessons with friends and anybody interested in getting into it. And you never know, give me some feedback, because I might even do another round of this soon. But remember, we've got the Apprentice Trader course that you can download, which goes into more detail of how to place trades with a broker. And that's a really good learning for you. There's about 5 or 6 lessons in that Apprentice Trader course, guys. And that's completely free on Trading College's website and also in the description in YouTube. Give us a like. Make sure you share this video for anyone who's interested in learning to trade the markets. Hope it helps. Speak to you soon.